Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm reading some more random Tumblr posts because I want to. Look, I found them on Tumblr and I think they're fun. Just sit here and listen to me ramble. Crazy how quickly dust accumulates. I should be allowed to put my trinkets on this shelf and not touch them, and they just remain in perfect condition forever. Don't even get me started on the inside of a computer. Why do I have to brush your teeth? Your technology. Trinkets, you say? Photographic memory would suck because all my nightmares would be permanently recorded and replayable. It's absurd that trio is 4 letters long and not 3. Wait until you hear about duo. Oh, don't even get me started on quartet. Are there no rules on this damned earth? Are we just here to suffer? Stoplet has 9 letters in it and it makes 6, so that's kind of like 69 when you think about it. There are rays of sunshine in this dark world. I am massively overdue for a very, very good week where not a single bad thing happens and everything is easy. Excuse me, I'll have you know I'm moderately tumbled with numbers of extreme mentally ill trans women on a failing social media website. This isn't a joke, this is just me. Puts my cigarettes out on you. Ugly smokes it before it can reach me. Oh, a wise guy, huh? Rolls up my sleeves. Why, I oughta. Ugly rolls her sleeves back down before he can hit me. Have you heard if you're leaving early? Nope. Oh, my wife and I communicate when we miss each other. Oh, frick, this is currently breaching containment. She is sipping chemicals. She is learning a valuable lesson in lab safety. Time I got in a Twitter argument I didn't really have any investment in, so I drew an MS Paint doodle of myself as Christ on a cross, and for some reason that didn't de-escalate the argument. Well, that's strange. It should have fixed everything. Last book that made you cry. University Physics of Modern Psychology, 14th edition by Hugh D. Young, Roger A. Friedman. No doubt, tears of joy. I used this book to press my tofu tonight. It brought me joy. Pressing your tofu, you are applying a natural force, Chapter 4, and increasing the bulk stress of the tofu, Chapter 11. Well played. Wait, it got better. He does this a lot. To my deep surprise in undergrad. Try looking in Young and Freeman, the words of physics student who's running out of ideas. Hey, I do the same thing. Reference the reason nobody likes this book and you can press tofu with it is it's about 1,600 pages long. It's also, by all accounts, the origin of cousin Throckmorigin. Okay, so some of you might know this, but I'm studying physics at university and your cousin Throckmorigin skateboards. I found Throcky. Textbook is Young and Freeman's University Physics. It's in the Throckmorigin story, the Throckmorigin, if you will. No job is worth your physical and mental health. I have bills. I love when just quit is thrown as a suggestion. Like, damn, thank you. I've never thought of that before in my life. There are these things called groceries and doctor visits. Capitalism is a hostage situation, and we are all the hostages. If you worry nobody wants to be with you, don't. Diseases always want to be with you. Aww, heart. Time to go beast mode, I say as I curl up in a ball, wrapped up in blankets with my plushies and listening to soothing sounds for sleep. Curled up safely, warm den, fluffy bedding, various ambient noises. Sounds like beast mode to me. Hot take, but I think cars should be required to have communication radios just like big semi trucks. We should all be able to talk to each other on the road. Not because this would help in any way, but because I want it to sound like a Counter-Strike lobby every time I drive somewhere. I haven't had birthday cake in years because my family only really do parties for children, but this year I was like, hey, wait, why should that stop me? So I bought a cake, put candles in it, and it was awesome. Never let being a loner, loser, introvert stop you from having a good time. Hashtag my cake. You are what you eat. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that cannibalism will fix me. Do you really want to be a human? Bacon grabs you by the balls. I thought I told you not to talk to other males. What? My drip tightens. It didn't mean anything. Rips off your balls. Didn't I tell you not to lie to Alpha Pookie? That's what I thought. Good them. The frick does this mean? I thought I burned this post, what? What the frick? April Fools. Not you too! Making a new holiday. It's called Dig Day. On April 17th, everyone will go outside and dig a hole. It doesn't matter how big, just dig. And when you're done, plant a seed. Thank you. Dig Day, April 17th. I kind of like that. That does feel like a Canadian thing. I say as a Canadian. Hangman is a lovely childhood game where you slowly draw a man killing himself if another kid can't read your mind. Customer service training that Dag sent me. No, you're right. Making the radical claim, 11-year-old children should be taught how to make extremely simple food. Has resulted in people making arguments like, I wasn't allowed to plug in electronics until I was 16, and I think that's super normal actually. And children don't know what ratios are, so it's unfair to expect them to be able to comprehend the idea of adding equal amounts of rice and water to a rice cooker. And I gotta say, originally I thought maybe I was being too judgy, but now I feel very secure in my opinion because what the frick? Following weird horny furries who are into stuff like pool toys and transformation and stuff is enrichment, the vitamins and minerals of posting. Exposure to fetishes you aren't into is an inclination against a disgust response that right-wingers prey upon. Blessed are the freak, for they shall inherit the earth. I guess, I mean, being from the future, I can tell you people are freaky, but the corpos capitalize on that and hold all the power. You thought this video was going to be free of the interpreterverse? No, they exist in all my Tumblr posts now. There's no escaping them. They're everywhere. Are there furries in the future? Well, they run the IT districts. They are weird about machines. I never thought I'd be siding with the Pope's involvement in politics and cheering him on. I will say that. Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with the Pope. What about side by side with a guy from Chicago who keeps pissing off the president? Aye, I could do that. I feel like we all could do that. Hey, not to overstate the perks of divorce, but as a kid whose parents divorced, remarried, divorced, and married again, one of my favorite things is to show up to family functions like, I'm related to literally none of you. What's up with those mini muffins though? Spent last Thanksgiving with my ex-step-parents' new spouse's family, and the kids were like, are you our stepbrother? And I just cackled like a cartoon villain. Tumblr user T-Bot after showing up to a family function and inquiring about the status of the mini muffins. My job here is done. Are we even related? No. Mom is sitting at the table doing the crossword and she let out a huge sigh and wistfully said, it's hard to think of Elmo as a monster. Things Elmo would say in therapy. How does it feel to be the funniest person on Tumblr? I actually hate that my body's response to anything is nausea. Ate too much? Nausea. Ate too little? Nausea. An imaginary threat got you scared? Be nauseous. On your period? You guessed it. Saw it into your hand and need to go to the emergency room? Perhaps throwing up on your own open wound would help. A trap song with the rapper growing increasingly concerned about all the gun sound effects in the music. Every time one plays, an instrument stops working. Did you know that you can increase the quality of your quesadilla by adding seasoning? Did you know you can decrease the quality of your quesadilla by making a Tumblr post while it's cooking and burning it? You know, I suspected these, but I wasn't sure. Thanks for confirming. And this one on Reddit. Warning, water not for human consumption. Official ominous sign. Diseases for center control? Should I drink the water? Water for human consumption. Do it. Oh shoot, yeah, no, I see it now. They removed the warning now for a reason. Now it's safe. I freaking love information. I want to learn everything and know everything. I want to understand everything about life, the universe, and everything. I am utterly consumed by my thirst for knowledge. I wish I was taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish my cat had a phone I would call her. Odd and even numbers are so frick to me. It's literally just not divisible by 2 and divisible by 2. What's next? Are we going to get fricky wiki numbers that are/aren't divisible by 7? 133 is divisible by 7, so I see what you mean. This makes me deeply uncomfortable because it's true. But it might make you tell the truth, but a library will loan you books. I thought this would ring another joke and then changed to this, by the way. I ate a truth berry or a library or a berry that doesn't do either of those things. The post I was gonna write. career ideas, mysterious disappearance, cult leader, crypt entity whose existence is disputed, mad scientist, normal person, trademark. Hey, looming disaster, career ideas for you. One can only aspire to be all of them at once. You can relatively easily incorporate whatever cute mannerisms you want into your body language by performing them intentionally when you feel a certain way, but watch out. I accidentally trained myself to giggle like a child when complimented because of this. Oh no. You're never recovering from that. Can we kill the idea that yawning equals bored? Because there's a million reasons to be yawning, and being condescendingly asked, "Oh, I'm sorry, are we boring you?" because of something I couldn't control is really rude. Not boring me, this is a side effect of my medication. But thank you for assigning that my yawns are some sort of insult towards you and going on the offensive. I love it. When you think about it, Chastity is a hilarious baby name. I suppose it's aspirational in a sense. Go, child, achieve what we could not. You do better on TikTok. Why would I want to? This is just a blog. I'm not a content creator. I'm just talking. Who would do better on a mountaintop casting lightning bolts at everybody? Actually, I'm inclined to agree. Exercise will give you more energy. Gets said a lot as a common piece of health advice, but I think it needs to be expanded into exercising will make you tired while you do it, and you will continue to be tired immediately afterwards, sometimes even the next day too. But over months, consistent exercise, your muscles will get stronger and therefore get less tired out by everyday activities, making you feel like day-to-day life takes less physical energy than it used to. Please. Wow, I agree. Do you also like kitties, please? Because my blog is about kitties. Life's great joy. Kitties is okay, but I like puppies more. Well, puppies is okay, but I like kitties more than them. Do you want to be friends? Okay, my friend, we are friends now. Recently, my elderly shattered up phone started letting me charge it to 107%, which I've been using to get, let's just say, a little bit extra out of on long days. Added benefit is that it makes it crazy warm and soft, so I've been using it to warm up my coat when it's cold outside. That doesn't seem safe. I'd check the battery for any swelling. To be honest with you, if it's swollen as frick, and that's why, I'm rocking with it. Hey, swollen batteries are incendiary explosives. No, see, this one's just a phone. If the battery is swollen, that is no longer a phone. That is a bomb. No hyperbole. It can and will explode. Lithium batteries are extremely volatile. Please dispose of it carefully. Best practice can be found online. I recommend calling the fire department. If it was a bomb and not a phone, I couldn't make a call on it. But I can because it's a phone. Although it will be the fun department instead of the fire department. Respectfully, ma'am, phone and bomb are not mutually exclusive descriptors. I'm not gatekeeping, I'm just speaking from my presently lived experience. When you start speaking from your formerly lived experience, be sure to let us know. I already live every day with undue formality and noble grace. Hey, I've been working in IT for a decade, and this is really unsafe. Technicians are supposed to wear fireproof gloves and place those in fireproof metal cabinet until they can be disposed of. I'm not a technician, so I don't really see how that applies to me. I generally can't tell if you're being stupid on purpose. When you feel that way, it's a sign that I'm being smart. OP, your phone is literally about to explode. We've been over this. It's just puffy, and I poke it with twigs when it gets too hot. You know, sometimes it's okay to just take something a little serious. Just letting others know if you're going to ignorantly kill yourself would be nice. You can just go back to joking afterwards. My mental health is splendid, and my phone is fantastic. Why in the world would I kill myself? An accurate description of what is happening today. Oh my god, the shark post all over again, but this time OP could fricking die or be maimed horribly. That's really not on the table. I am very concerned. Why are you poking the bomb with twigs? Reading earlier in this thread, you will find that it is not a bomb, but a phone, which is being poked with twigs, and only under certain circumstances. Hey, I've worked in IT longer than anyone else, and it's totally fine to be using your phone this way. This is because phones are not bombs, so they can't explode. As someone who doesn't work in IT, I agree, which creates a consensus across the whole spectrum of possible human experiences. My phone nearly exploded. The battery was so swollen I could see the inside of the phone. You should probably get your phone looked at. But it's a phone. Those don't explode. They do when the battery is swollen. You're thinking of bombs. Easy mistake to make, but I addressed this earlier in the thread. OP, do you have a will or any assets to even need one? My will is frankly tremendous, and I go as far as to say it's one of my strongest assets. The large battery is an indication of some type of denigration of the battery, making it much more likely a thermal runaway to occur, which is why the battery short circuits and starts sending charges through itself. Because the increased heat increases pressure. Pressure equals number of molecules, constant, ideal gas law, constant, temperature increasing / volume of container, dramatically constant, but because the battery is swelling, increasing, but slowly. Using this, we can determine the pressure is increasing, and eventually the pressure will overcome the strength of its materials, causing the battery to rupture, throwing pieces of the battery, phone, and very hot battery acid everywhere. Not a bomb, a well-understood but rare reaction in batteries. However, you should still get a new phone anyway. Writing tips. You feel the bulge in his pants. It implies that you are feeling some guy's penis. Maybe sexy depending on context. You feel the bulge in his pants. It implies that the guy is a military horn in his pants. Invite confusing questions like why does he have that and how big are his pockets? Both options convey that he's horny. How dare you be funnier than me on my own post? If it's the snack chip, he might just be corny. Okay, before you make fun of a person doing something brave and vulnerable like dancing or singing or reading poetry in front of a lot of people, number 1, don't. I like the idea of a robot girl making little chip-tuned chirps while charging her battery. My sweet little metal darling making her happy little noises while she rests up after a long day. Yes, please. Anyone else really paranoid that everything has hidden cameras, or just me? They're not hidden anymore at this point. Forgotten middle child syndrome. The number 68 stuck between her funny number siblings, 67 and 69. Is this anything? Just saw the bird get the worm at 8:06 p.m. Never let morning people say it can't be done. When I was at the Natural History Museum, the fossil section had stickers on the glass to engage children. Things like flap your arms like a pterodactyl, or measure your hand against a Mylorosaurus. However, the first of these I encountered, which I found alarming and threatening without context, was a sticker reading, struggle like you're stuck in a tar pit. Struggle like you're in a tar pit. I feel like more bright colors, an exclamation mark, or more whimsical font choice would have also helped here to indicate that this is a fun activity for children. Instead, it felt like getting instructed in my inevitable fate by a road sign. And we'll cut it there. So I hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and like always, I wish you all an absolutely fantastic week.